Hey guys, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with day 2 of our Gettysburg commemoration. 150 years ago, day 2 of Gettysburg was fought, so we're going to be reenacting that, I guess, a little bit. By reenacting, I know I can't play it out exactly since I can't program the computer to be able to do anything. But I will be playing with a force led by Colonel Chamberlain, and I will have the Iron Brigade, and I will have the 20th Maine at my disposal here. I did one thing a little bit different here in the organization of this force over the force I was using in day 1. I do have some sharpshooters. Kind of see if I can engage them from a distance. So, but yeah, today, absolutely huge day of battle. Because Jeb Stuart wasn't able to go ahead and provide recon for the Confederate forces, General Lee's plan of attack was actually to go around the Union flank here, only to be met by the 20th Maine and other Union regiments. So that plan ended up getting pushed back, but you know, a lot of crazy things happened today here. I mean, you got General Sickles and his crazy maneuver here. He wasn't happy with the position that he was given on the line and thought that he could move forward a little bit. So he did so and was actually engaged in a ridiculously bloody battle here with the Confederates along the Peach Orchard and the Emmetsburg Road. So you probably don't know where that is. It's just something that if you talk about that with somebody who knows a lot about Gettysburg, I mean, they'll know that's where some of the most brutal fighting took place. But, you know, Colonel Chamberlain and his maneuver that he pulled, he was at the very end of the Union positions, right on the left flank. So the way that General Meade, since he was the commanding general of the Army of the Potomac, had it set up is that they would be the Union forces who were able to hold the high ground thanks to General Buford the day before, was kind of set up in a fishhook. All right, so if you think about it, it's straight at one part and then it kind of curves around at the end. So that's where he was at, or that's how he had everybody set up. And so at the end of the straight point of the hook, that's where Colonel Chamberlain was. And they repelled wave after wave of rebel attacks here and was able to hold the line and made sure that the Confederates weren't going to be able to flank the main body. So, like I said, I wish I could reenact that here, but I'm not going to be able to. So I'm taking my main force here. We're actually going to go through this area here, provide us a little bit of a defensive advantage by being in the trees, and see if we can meet the enemy head on. I would love, like right there, well, I just turned it. I wish I could hold Little Round Top, just like in the Battle of Gettysburg. But with the computer being General Meade, I am sure it's going to be absolutely chaotic. No plan whatsoever out of him, so I just got to do the smart thing. So I'm going to be putting my volunteer forces in reserve, and with my main line infantry, we're going to head for it. See, look at this. No plan whatsoever. He's got half of his, or I guess a third of his army heading to the right, third to the middle, and a third to the left. But look at this. I mean, the guys who put this mod together really did a lot to make this look authentic. This is really cool. All right, so not going to try and fight through that, though I think I'd be able to do it just fine. So we're going to see what we can do to kind of just hold this position right here, make them come right at me. So I guess I'll consider this my little Little Round Top. That was the name of the hill, sorry. I should probably explain some of this stuff. That was the name of the hill that Colonel Chamberlain was able to hold, where the Confederates were trying to take it so they could flank around and hit the Union forces from the rear. But all right, artillery's opened up, so I'm gonna move these guys up a little bit closer and stretch them out too. So I know with any plan of attack, you got to be able to adapt. On the right, I've got my sharpshooters. They're going to be coming up. I'm going to try and see if I can get them in a position to kind of hit the Confederates from the side. All right, my line's open fire. So it looks like they're going to be coming at me just one unit at a time. See, there they are in the wheat field, it looks like. So, all right. We're just going to let him have at it. I got to find out what I can do against that artillery, though. So I might get my artillery to go after him here, too. So they're not coming at me with full force. I wonder if this is like a little probe or something like that to, kind of test my defenses here. Sure, now after seeing all these units open fire, they got to realize they're going up against a pretty good force, and they'll probably send everybody right at me here. Again, 2v2 on this map. Seems like all the historic ones they've done are 2v2. All right, so there we go. Now we'll open fire on that artillery battery. They're not doing too hot. All right, so we're going to keep going here. Looks like we got 3 units over there on the left side. I'm not going to worry about them quite yet. I'm going to see how they respond. All right, see, here we go. I was telling you, they're probably going to go ahead and come right at me. All right. Frame rate's not the best right now. It's kind of embarrassing here. Usually it's a lot better. All right, so it looks like they may be trying to go around my left flank here. So once I take these guys down, let's see what I can do to respond. Now, there seems to be, over here, a rise in the ground. So, gosh, of course, nothing from Meade. So, forget that. I'm just going to plan he's not coming right now, because it's going to take a while for him to come up, except for that unit right there that we had. All right, so that volunteer infantry is going to be pulling away here. Main force is coming. So, what do I have with these guys? Okay. I'm going to be staying with that for now. Okay. So they're good. I don't have to worry about them. All right, so we're going to move this volunteer infantry over to the left side. We're going to use that terrain here to my advantage. That might provide us enough cover. Now, you can see off in the distance here, we've got yet another Confederate army heading this way. So it'll probably be good for me to reinforce this left side a little bit more. Don't have the advantage, of course, of the trees, but we got that terrain, so I may be okay. All right, so being engaged here on the left. They're slowly coming in. It looks like they're only coming in a couple units at a time, so we should be able to hit them back pretty hard. Dang it. Really not doing anything there. No damage against him at all, except 3 guys that ended up being killed. Ooh, they're coming in all together. But they're charging right now. And they're waiting to get lined up. But the longer that they take when they're in range of my musket fire, means more casualties for them. So this is working out for me. They can take as long as they want to get set up, for all I care. So I'm going to have to hurry these guys up, though. All right. So they've been walking, but I'm going to make them sprint over there. All right. I don't want them to be able to open fire quite yet, but dang it, that canceled what they were doing. All right, we're good. And they can open fire whenever they get in range. All right, so they're charging. They're not going to get close. So now I've got that unit on the left. They kind of stop, but not worried. Okay, so, oops. My sharpshooters haven't really been able to do anything at all. Okay, wow, they are all focused over there. I need to bring in some more units. Let's get him over there. I just need those infantry to get into position and quick. I mean, now that they have got the protection, I think they're going to be all right. Okay. So we've been able to push back some units already. Gosh, Meade better hurry up. I mean, we're doing all right against this army on the right. There's, like I said, 2 enemy armies. One is led by General Lee. The other one is led by General Longstreet. So, they're moving more over to the left. Okay. Great. I'm thinking maybe I should be using my artillery to take out some of this infantry instead of going after some of the artillery batteries. All right, now they're going to start charging, but we start opening fire. All right, we're weakening them as they get over here to the main force. Gosh, they're coming in just like a unit at a time, basically. That's what's allowing us to drive them back. Oh, what? How is it these guys have not been able to fire back? All right, get to it, guys. You guys are the Union sharpshooters. Should be able to hit anybody from a distance. Okay, I'm expecting a huge push by them. There they go. Thank you. All right. They're facing regular infantry, too. That's not going to be good. So I'm going to set up skirmish mode. In case they get within range, like if they start charging at me, then they'll pull back first. But all right, this is the big part here. If we can hold them, we're going to be in good shape, at least for a while. So it looks like that army over to the left of the screen here is kind of working its way towards the middle, heading up my way. So a little flanking fire right here by the sharpshooters. Well, they may still be attacking the regular infantry. Okay. So I've got 4 volunteer units in reserve. I have no idea what Meat is doing back here, but he's being absolutely useless. Great. He's holding Little Round Top. But nobody's headed over there at all. Terrible AI. If I lose this, I'm blaming it on the AI. But I must admit, we're doing pretty good right now. Haven't lost too many units. But these guys, I am going to send them over here to reinforce that left flank. Look how many more units are coming this way. Okay, so gosh, what? These guys have lost actually a fair number of units given the circumstances. Dang it, they're charging the sharpshooters. They're not retreating. It's a Stonewall Brigade too, so let's charge them. That's the only thing we can really do right here. All right, here goes nothing. Yeah, they're gonna go quick. They're gonna go so fast. They're like the worst melee units ever, but on the bright side, if we can hold the Stonewall Brigade, which is their elite unit here for this one, we're good. What? Who is that that's attacking me with their general? Whatever. You guys can come at me. All right, so once we get those guys on the left in position, if we can solidify the right flank, then I think we'll be in pretty good shape to actually swing around. But ammo's going to be a problem here too, because the longer this battle drags on, the more artillery will, the more ammo will be expended. If I run out of ammo, I'm gonna have to just charge at these guys, kind of like what Chamberlain did. Okay. More artillery coming to bear on me. Meade, as you can see in the mini-map down there, just all scattered, providing no assistance whatsoever right here. Gosh, I'm surprised we've only lost one single unit here, and those are those sharpshooters. Those guys are getting close over there, so those volunteer forces need to hurry up. I guess they can always fight back through there. So I think that's Devil's Den. So I can fight back through Devil's Den if I need to. All right, don't know what I'm going to do with the Stonewall Brigade over on the right. My rightmost unit here. Oh, that's the Iron Brigade. All right, never mind. I'm not too worried about it. Because I was going to say I am worried about what's going to take place on the right, but it's the Iron Brigade. No, not worried anymore. All right, these guys are rushing to get into position. completely disorganized too. Okay. This is why organization matters in battle. You need to come up with a strategy. You can't just be throwing forces at the enemy without a plan. Oh, where are they going? Let's go with some shrapnel shot. Right there on the Stonewall Brigade. Artillery is pretty ineffective against these other batteries, so I'm not going to do that with as close as he is. No. Not going to be smart at all. Let's see if we can go after these guys. We've taken out a few of their guns. Okay. So we basically pushed them back along the right side. Looks like some of them may reform and try again. We've got a couple units right here engaged in hand-to-hand against the general. Alright, that left side's becoming the main concern now. Wow, artillery really poured it on right there. Okay. You know what? We're going to charge them. Alright. So, Iron Brigade against Stonewall Brigade. Alright. Should be a pretty quick battle here. But that's going to give an opportunity here for the Confederates to move up along the right flank. So I think we'll be able to hold. These guys are hitting others as they run. Longstreet was the one who was charging at me. Okay, we're alright. Got units over there. Stonewall Brigade refusing to back down. That's not a surprise. There's a reason why Stonewall Jackson earned the name Stonewall. And his brigade also adopted the nickname. Those Virginia infantry, man, they could fight. Alright, so we're outnumbered here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 against, well, 7. But I think they may have more elite infantry than I do. Okay, we're alright. I think some of those units are attacking my center too. Alright, Stonewall Brigade is finally starting to retreat. There we go. So they're going to go. I think we killed Longstreet. Not killed him, of course, because we're going to see him a little bit later on. So we'll reform on the edge of the line. Again, I'm thinking about, when the time is right, just swinging around and hitting these guys on two sides. This is actually a miracle what I'm pulling off without any assistance from the computer. This is basically turned into a 2v1. But I'm sure Meade will try and come up at the end. Meade was a cautious general, that's for sure. Oh, I gotta disable that. Oh, dang it! If I lose the Iron Brigade because of my stupidity right here and refusing to give them the order to fire, I'm not gonna be happy. Get back on the line. Gosh. 20th Maine's over there too. All right. Oh, did we drive them back? That artillery unit? I think we might have. All right, who else can I take? Looks like we got Lee right here, or Hood. Did I do Hood Longstreet? I think I did do Hood Longstreet. All right, reform and have at him. This will be the final engagement on the right flank, I think, because it looks like those units that are back there are going to come more towards the middle. Gosh, there we go. So many guys lost their lives because of my stupidity. Okay. Wow. I'm actually surprised. These volunteer forces over here have done tremendous. I think if I had done a little bit better with the sharpshooters too, I could, be in really great shape. But I'm not really missing them at all. I don't even think that they really did do much damage to the Confederates. Did more harm than good. Maybe they delayed the Stonewall Brigade. Okay. Let's see if I can soften these guys up here before they try and attack me. Okay. So they might be trying to storm over that hill I've been using for cover. What are we aiming at? Okay, we're still good. Ammo looks all right for some of the units here. We're about, well, some are a little less than 50%. That's all right. Me can just hang out. What's the point of fighting here when I'm doing all the work, you know? Colonel Chamberlain needs to get all the glory for this one. And honestly, I think he got everything that he deserved. You know, really going through the ranks here. There was a point where he was wounded so bad in one battle, and I feel bad, I don't know which one it was. But on his deathbed, they went ahead and promoted him, you know, to be a general. I think it was brigadier general or something like that. Or maybe that's how he ended up the war. But obviously, he didn't end up dying. And so it was just like, oh, wait. We just promoted him, thinking he was going to die, and he did. All right, they're coming at me here. Guys are falling. They're not returning any fire. They're going to get really close to this line, too. Oh, and retreat right at the line. I guess we're that scary. Point blank range, you might as well finish what you started. You know, because they're going to lose so many people as they retreat. This center position has been able to repel numerous attacks from numerous Confederate units. All right, so it looks like they've got a good line going. And what is this? A little skirmish over here? Me drawing one unit away from the main battle. One unit. Thanks, buddy. Credit should be given where credit is due, and this right flank is kind of flared up again. I think these are all units that have reformed and should retreat pretty soon. Again, it's this left side I'm still worried about. But that volunteer infantry, I think, might be heading to try and attack Meade as opposed to hit me on the left flank, which would be the smarter thing to do. Let's get that artillery, those howitzers. Wow. What we've done has been miraculous. Our losses have been relatively light. And while we still do have a couple units to have to take out, I'm feeling pretty confident I got this one in the bag. Meade's attacking from Little Round Top. All right. Now his forces are coming in. Kind of sweep up everybody. Wow, honestly, with the losses the volunteers have had, it is miraculous, too, that they're still holding their ground. Right. Took out one gun with that. We've got Hood just hanging out behind those trees over by the artillery. I didn't give myself any cavalry on this one. And I don't think I will on the next one, too. So the only cavalry units I'll be using were Buford's in day one. And even they didn't do too well. Well, at the beginning. Once they came under artillery fire. That's when things fell apart for them. But I guess they came back in the end. All right. Line's holding. Ammo becoming a problem. For my elite units especially. And it looks like one of the volunteer units too. Like I said, once they run out, it's just going to be a mad dash for the enemy. We're just going to have to bayonet charge them. Yes! Meade taking away another unit from the battle. That's 2. Thanks, buddy. I was thinking about going ahead and refusing the line on the left side if they were going to go ahead and try and flank, just like what Chamberlain did. But looks like it's not going to be necessary. Nobody in the center has been able to go ahead and open up on me. I shouldn't say nobody, but very few have. So the casualties have been absolutely heavy for the Confederates in the middle, but very light for me. As these volunteers that have done, you know, the hardest fighting have suffered the most casualties. And honestly, when you figure 7 units against an entire army, I don't know how I pulled this off. This has got to be the best battle that I have ever fought. And there really hasn't been that much strategy to it. Just move forward, get set up, let them come at me. And there has not been one problem. Well, there has been one problem. The sharpshooter short battle. All right. So the Iron Brigade is out, so they're charging. 20th Mass. They're almost out. This infantry unit is. So they're going to charge over that hill and chase after them. This is pretty disorganized, but I won. Hey! Guess I didn't have to charge after all. So day 2, another Union victory. We've got one more day. Pickett's charge. So make sure you guys check that out tomorrow. Let's see how I did. Wow! 7,096 killed. And I lost over 1,500 myself. And how did Meade get that much? I don't know. But anyway, thanks again for watching, you guys. I sure do appreciate it. More to come later on, like I said. So subscribe if you haven't already. As always, you guys, I hope you have a good one.